want to draw this adorable little Pusheen Homeschooled Cat? If so, you are going to need something to trace with, something to draw with, and something to erase any of your mistakes with. And you're also going to need a nice bright white sheet of paper. Let's go! Let's get started on our cute little Pusheen cat. So I am not super familiar with the Pusheen cat, but I decided since we are all stuck at home and we kind of are a little bored, and some of us are even in homeschool, we are going to draw a little Pusheen cat learning. So we are going to start with his big puffy body. So he is going to take up the paper going in a vertical way. So I want my paper to be skinny and tall, and that way my Pusheen cat can fill up a good majority of my paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how tall I want him, and I think he's going to come up pretty high. So I'm going to come around, and then I'm going to kind of curve back in. And this is going to be his whole body. I do want a little bit of space down here because I want to add something. I think I'm going to add a book and maybe a little coffee cup or a couple of pencils or some paper. But I do want some space at the bottom to add something for him to be doing, since he is kind of going to be in the same homeschool boat we are all in right now. I'm going to come down with his little ears, and you can kind of round the tip of the ears. Mine's a little pointy, but come down. I'm not coming down super far. I'm maybe about an inch. I'm not making it super far down or super big. Then I'm going to come across the top with a curved line, and not a super curve. I want it to be somewhat straight. I just want it to have a little bit of a curve to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the same triangle ears, try to round those corners. And then I'm going to come down and out. And all I really know about the Pusheen cat is that he is a big, chunky cat. So once I have that part in, I'm going to go back up to the top of his head, and I'm going to add in his 3 ovals. So he has these long, skinny, kind of half oval shapes at the top of his head for some stripes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down, and his face does not go down very far. It stays up pretty high on his head. So I'm going to add a very small little nose. His nose is not very big, and in some pictures that you maybe look up, it doesn't even exist. It's just kind of a W shape for his mouth. And then you're going to make that W shape on both sides. Mine's probably a little too big, maybe having it in a little more, but that's where I'm going to put mine. And then on each side of the nose, we're going to do the circles for his eyes. And those are going to be colored in completely black because we are trying to copy the style of that Pusheen cat. So we're not going to color them like we would, where we would leave our little lines in the eyes for shine marks. And then on the side right here, we're going to add 2 whiskers. So on each side of his face here, he's going to get 2 whiskers. Not more than 2. We're just going to stay with 2. And you want to try to keep them even. This one's a little bit higher. This one's almost kind of even with that one. So I kind of probably should have brought them down a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to come down here to the bottom now. Before I add his arms in or any other stripes or even his tail, I'm going to draw on a coffee cup. So I'm going to start right here, kind of at the very edge of his body, and I'm going to make a short, flat oval. And this could be hot chocolate, it could be coffee, it could just be some pop, it could be whatever you want in that cup. And in that oval, I'm going to create a curved line. And that way, this part right here is my liquid. And then this part would just be whatever color I choose to make my cup. I'm going to come down at an angle all the way down on one side, and I'm going to stop on the other because he needs a little handle on his cup. If you don't want to make it a coffee cup, maybe you just want to make it a juice cup, then come all the way down there and you can finish it off. But I am going to create a curved line here. And I'm going to come in with that curve there, and I'm going to actually make it a coffee mug. And since I seem to be throwing hearts in on almost everything we've been doodling, we're going to add a little heart on the bottom here of my cup or on the front face of my cup. Maybe whatever your favorite coffee cup is, you can write that on there. Maybe you have like an I love mom or my dad's the best or world's greatest dad. Add that to your coffee cup. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and add his tail just because we're already drawing on this side. So I'm going to create a long tail just coming off on the side, and his tail has stripes. So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to add a couple lines so I can help do those stripes. That would match the rest of his head up there. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a book right here. So we are going to start probably even here. I'm going to make a little line right there, and that's going to be the spine of my book. So my book is going to open up in that area. But I do want a place to kind of draw the cover. So that's why we're going to start there. And then I don't want to go any lower than where my cup is because the book and the cup are kind of in the same spot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of curve up and come out. And this would just be my cover. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to curve up and come out. And we just want to create a nice space for our cover. And it's going to come out a little further. And then we can add in some pages kind of coming out. Maybe he's doing math. We don't know. We are going to come inward with our book. So our book is not going to stay flat like this where our lines are going to go straight up. They're going to come in at an angle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come in a little bit from where the cover is, and I'm going to come in at an angle, and I'm not going to make a big book. I don't want my book to be super, super huge. And I'm going to come in at an angle over here. And then I'm going to make a straight line kind of right down the middle here of my book. And this is just so I could draw my pages in, and again, my pages will be separate from the cover. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to kind of create that same shape that we've got here with the page, or with the cover here. I'm going to make that with my pages. And you can add some extra lines underneath for some extra pages, or you could just leave it the way it is. I'm probably just going to leave it, and that way I can have a little shadow underneath there. Now we're going to come back with our cover, and our cover is just barely going to touch that outside page. So we want to come at the same angle, but we don't want to touch the page. We want to have just a little bit there so we can color that in with our book color. And then I'm going to curve in, and I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to curve out, and then my line here for my book is just going to come straight over. So now I've got my book sitting there. It's wide open. I got my little Pusheen cat. I can bring this line down so that way it looks like he's kind of behind the book. And down here on the bottom, I'm going to make a straight line so that way we can see that he is sitting on the ground and the book is in front of him. So I definitely don't want my line to be down very far. I want it to be back a little bit. There's my book. Maybe I write some letters on my book. Maybe I put A, B, C, D, whatever I want, just to show that he's reading that little book. I'm going to put his little paw right here. So I'm going to give him one little paw there. And in the other paw, I'm going to draw a pencil. So this paw is going to come down and around, and then I am going to come as close to this back line as I can, and I'm going to create a rectangle, a very skinny, tall rectangle. Well, I guess long, because we're not going up and down. And then at the top here, I'm going to create a little zigzag, and at the bottom, I'm going to do a curved line. I'm going to finish off the top of my pencil and give it a little lead. And then at the bottom here, I'm going to make a small little curved section for that metal part that holds on this adorable little eraser. And then I'm going to create my eraser in. So now my Pusheen is sitting, having his cup of coffee, and he's got a book, and he's got a little pencil. Look at him, he's so cute. And now I'm going to draw a horizon line here in the back. And we still call it a horizon line, even if it's inside. It just means that all of everything below that line is our floor, and everything above that line is our sky or our wall. It's just some sort of a backdrop. That way we don't catch ourselves drawing that little tiny line at the top and stopping. So maybe he's inside. So if he's in the house, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a rectangle picture frame over here. Maybe inside that picture frame I could do another little heart picture, or I could even draw a smaller Pusheen cat in the frame, or I could draw anything. Maybe that little picture frame is just a cute little decoration in their house. I'm going to do a little triangle up above with a circle to kind of show that it's hanging on the wall. I don't know what to put in that frame. Let's see. How about, I think I might just put a heart. I think I'm just going to make it easy on myself. Draw a little heart in that frame. So there, now I have a little bit of background to my Pusheen cat. Now all that's left is to color my cute little kitty. So let's go ahead and speed up the coloring. Look at how adorable this little Pusheen cat is. I decided to make his coffee cup hold milk, so I left it white. I just added a little bit of shadow in there for the mug. I added a little shadow between the books, and while I was coloring, I realized I forgot to add 2 little half circles for his side spots. So I drew those in. I colored my whole cat a little gray, and I made his little spots and his stripes a darker gray. I added a little shadow underneath his pencil so it looks like he's holding his pencil, and I left him with a nice white wall. I can't wait to see your Pusheen cats. I hope that you've had a great time drawing with me, and I can't wait to see you for the next one. Have a great day.